is Valerie White Williams, and I am going live with you today to talk about blocks to your clairvoyance. Now, I've talked about clairvoyance before, and clairvoyance means clear seeing, and it's also associated with our sixth chakra and our inner eye, the third eye, which is like right here, boom, here. So the third eye is how we see the truth from the lie. And it is also involved with precognition, seeing things before it happens. And also the other one is getting symbols downloaded, seeing it, the sacred geometry and getting a sense of the geometries in the world. So there's a lot of things that fall under the third eye. But I think what's most important for us right now is to understand the blocks from our third eye, because there's several blocks that I think are really keeping us from our inner knowing and seeing the truth. Because first of all, we are not taught these skills. In fact, we're taught not to trust ourselves because we have this idea that we need to trust the authorities. And this is from the very, very beginning. Even in many families, father says this, you need to do that. And so there's a very autocratic personalities in families that don't allow children to have their own thoughts and minds, or they get shamed for speaking about how they feel or what they think. And so people shut down right away. And then, of course, then we go to school, and school is all about listening to the teacher, not discovering your inner wisdom, but again, listening to the experts. And that's something in our whole culture. We have a propensity to be taught to, we need to look for the wiser people, the people that are over than us. It's basically the old overlord syndrome. So this is kind of what is exactly going on our planet. We have these overlords that have positioned themselves as experts on their own. They've taken over, say, I'm the expert, and they have money, and we're supposed to listen to them. Now, yes and no. I think we're not supposed to have our brain so open that we are going to be basically programmed. We're supposed to keep our own inner knowing, yet people are shamed for that. They're told they don't know, or how would you know that? You're just a kid. I mean, it happens right from the very beginning in our school training that children don't know anything. And that used to be a concept that schools are like an open, you're just going to fill in, they're like a funnel, and you're just going to funnel in all this knowledge. But the truth of the matter is we have inner wisdom, we have inner knowledge, and we have the ability to go deep within. Now, this is the difference between mental learning versus spiritual learning. Because mental learning involves what we call the analyzer. That's what we were told in the clairvoyant training. Our analyzer is just kind of like a calculator. That's all it is. The wisdom that we know, the truth that we know, is not found in our mental mind calculator. It's found within. And so this is where meditation comes in, because the more you meditate, the more you clear your channel. So that's the other thing, is that having to look to authorities, that's been programmed in us for millennia. And that's kind of what we're breaking free of right now. We don't need these corrupt rulers to tell us what to do and do black arts against us, because that's what's been going on also for millennia. And if you don't believe that there's a demonic presence, or snake beings is what they told us in the clairvoyant training, because there is. And we're in a battle right now. And the way we can be clear in the battle is clear our biases, clear the belief that authorities know best, because oftentimes there are the corrupt ones. They have an agenda. I don't trust anyone that has a financial stake of telling me what to do. I don't buy it. I have my own information. And sometimes the way you have to do it is that you have to go in within yourself, and you need to remove the blocks that are keeping you from seeing the truth. And it's hard, because the other thing that keeps our clairvoyance is when we over-identify. And that's what's also being taught right now all over the place. Over-identifying with your gender, with your race, with your region, with your culture, with your socioeconomic status or whatever. None of that means anything. We are all spiritual beings. We are all children of the divine. This is just our container. It's just a container. But the inner person is the truth. So what you need to do is just really go within and ask yourself, am I seeing the truth? And you're not going to use it with your mental mind, because that's what we are all. Mental mind can rationalize anything. That's why people can be corrupt. Their mental mind goes, yeah, that sounds good. I'll take the bribe. I'll kill those people. Sure. Makes sense. That is not your spiritual truth. That is your mental mind. So we need to actually learn to go within and clear out the rubble, clear out the lies and biases, clear out the over-identification or hero worship of certain people. That does not help you. You can respect somebody, but sometimes you can do that too much, because we're all taught to do that. We're all taught to look at the expert, look at this celebrity, who cares? They're just people. And sometimes those people have been corrupted and taken the money or the fame, and they'll do things and they'll lie. And here's the other thing too, is when people are corrupted and they're using their mental mind to take the bribe, they'll lie. And that's the other thing. This is why this is so important, is that once you open up your third eye and you can see things with your spiritual sight, not your mental mind, not with your emotional angst. Because when you're emotionally flooded, it's like an engine. It doesn't run. It doesn't run when you're emotionally flooded. So having your emotions flood, being in your mental mind, those are all things we were trained not to do when we were in a reading. In fact, we were taught to turn down that emotional second chakra so it didn't involve. And again, this is totally 180 degrees of where people are right now. They're told to be emotional, and they're told to get their emotions riled up. They're told to be mental. So we need to move the other direction. We need to move in a direction that gives us clarity and peace. And even when we're looking at dark stuff, we can see that with our spiritual eyes. So I want you to consider this information. Spiritual information, spiritual wisdom is separate from our mind. Our mind is just an analyzer. And we don't need to hero worship anyone. I don't care who it is. We are masters in our spiritual relationship, and so is a child. A child has just as inner mastery as we do. In fact, they probably have more, because they are closer to the source of the truth. They haven't been brainwashed or programmed in school and society. So see if you can get back to that inner child, that sense of wonder. That's another way to discover your true inner wisdom that is not associated with your body personality, because we're just in these shells for now. It's not who we really are. It's just our containers. It's like beer, okay? You can have a beer bottle and you can put good beer in it, or you can put water in it. So the bottle isn't what it's about. It's what's inside the bottle. So that's what I'm helping you determine for yourself, so you can find wisdom. Now, again, I don't know if anyone's watching this. It seemed like it happened last time, but maybe not. But I'm going to still, because no killing. This is what's going on. And I think that's the other thing that, we're all feeling right now, is a lot of dark forces, a lot of darkness is coming out. So that's the last thing I'm going to say. Freudian slip there. Stay grounded, stay in peace, because we're going to have more and more darkness start coming up. It's like when the sun increases, the shadows are more apparent. So hold strong. Find your inner spiritual truth for these coming days, and trust your inner guidance and not your mental mind, monkey mind. All right, guys, love you. And I will react to this video if I see any comments later. All right, take care. Love you so much. Bye.